recording it. Okay, so in the event of the handles, normally when you pull out one handle, it pulls out both handles at the same time. But let me just show you, you can press the Alt key. Let me go back one second.
My video.
Guys, mute all yourself now, please.
All right. So, all right. So I just went back one step. So if we click and drag here, right, it pulls out both anchor points, right? Sorry, both handles on that anchor point. And what GK was saying, if you don't want it, if you wanted to pull out just the one that you were working with and not the next one as well. So if we click here, notice it curves the following point as well. What he's saying is you can click back here to the original point. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, exactly.
Hold on. That's not working for me. Hold on, let me see.
I think it's because of the setting of your points, because you see, you realize how it's making the shape before you even close it.
It's making the shape because it's filling as we go along. That's how the shapes are filled. But let me show you another way, the way that I typically do it, right? When you usually, and I'm going to switch to my direct selection tool for that, right? Because that's how you would really manipulate your handles. Now, usually your handles are locked together. So if you move one, the other one moves along with it, right? However, you can detach them using the Alt key. So if you press the Alt key on the keyboard, right, it will allow you to move one handle independently of the other one. And Alt again will lock them back in place, right? So let me switch back to my pen tool, come back to my point, and close off. Let me just go back one last time. Let me draw that shape again in a different manner. So 2 points. Now I can click and drag, right? And that pulls both handles. At that point, if I press Alt, it will allow me to move just the handle that will control the next path forward, right? Or the next path segment forward. I can either remove it, point it in a different direction, right? But if I really wanted to change it from a curved segment, the tool I would use is, one second, the convert point tool, all right? So that tool will convert your point from a curved point to a straight point and vice versa.
But what is causing your shape to be made before you close it? Like, why is it doing that?
Why is it?
It doesn't do that for me.
It doesn't do that for you. Let me tell you why. Your fill is set to nothing.
Yeah, and also because you already set your
because my fill already have a color, it just filling it in with color as it goes along. But normally it fills it, it creates a shape as you go along. But if it doesn't have a fill and you just don't see it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but it's only because of the fill. All right. Anybody else had any questions? All right. So we know now how to use our various shapes, right? How to apply color, how to manipulate our shapes, the individual points that make up our shapes. We also understand the value of shapes, well, mostly, right? In the value of a vector artwork over a bitmap artwork. We also know how to create custom shapes using the pen tool, and also how to manipulate it using the direct selection tool. All right. What else? What else we need to know about shapes? No questions from me at that point. All right, guys. So your homework today is not major, right? Some of you still haven't finished your homework for me from the last class because you had issues with the shapes. Some of you had issues with your computers. So your homework is pretty much the same thing with the added knowledge that we have from this class today. I want you to go home and optimize your graphics, optimize your designs, right? I have a few of them here I'm looking at. All right, let me see what else you guys can come up with. So we're going to go through that again in the next class just to make sure you guys have a proper handle of it. So you guys should be masters of your shape tools, meaning your custom shape and all of your other shapes. You should be masters of, at least to a small degree, your direct selection tool, right? And you should be able to create shapes using your pen tool. Now, your pen tool is a number of tools built into one. You have the pen tool, right? You have the add anchor point, remove anchor point, and these you use as you would expect. So my Photoshop is looking slow. The delete anchor point tool will allow you to remove an anchor point, right? The add anchor point tool will allow you to add an anchor point, right? And I already explained that the convert point will give you a curved point or a straight point, right? So I want you to master these three tools for the next class, right? In the next class, we're going to look at selection tools. So your selection tools would be your,
You repeated it one last time.
the tools that I want you to master now.
Yes, sir.
Your shape tools, meaning your rectangle, round rectangle, ellipse, polygon, line, custom shape tool.
And the pen.
The pen tool as well.
Okay.
Pen tool is what you would create new shapes with, right? And your direct selection.
Put on my thing, please.
Okay, I want to know.
But you want to know everything.
Yeah, I'll do that thing. Oh.
Your direct selection tool as well. All right.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we have video there is going on when you record it. Right, that's good.
On YouTube, I sent the link the last time, no? If not, one
Right, I didn't know. Send it again.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
how
you.
soon it uploaded? No?
It might take me a while. When I finish there, I'm gonna take a little break, and then it might go up tonight. It might go up tomorrow. It all depends.
And big time
Yeah,
YouTube
well,
guy.
Huh?
just put a link in the thing.
Yeah, man. I'll put the link there.
Yeah.
And once you get the link, just subscribe.
Oh,
to the
just
channel.
subscribe. Yeah,
And,
man, begging for subs.
Nah, I'm not begging for subs, man.
No, they subscribe, man.
Don't worry, when I'm begging for subs, I'll remember to send it for each of you.
Yeah.
Always for all the benefit. They also have other classes going up there as well, so you guys could just follow along with that if you feel like.
I don't think the post notification working for it now.
You know, working for it. Well,
Yeah.
you should probably blame YouTube.
So Leonard,
Yeah.
you can even though you don't upload that video tonight, if you can send the link to your YouTube channel in the group chat like tonight there, I can watch more of your videos because I suspect you have more.
It there already. Just hope the video you sent up last time. Just click
man.
that and
It
watch
should
them
be there.
videos.
I like the video. Yeah. Somebody send that to me private, please.
Don't
All right, I'll send a link in the group again so all you will get it. All right.
Yes, bro.
But when my homework I send so long then.
Oh, you send your homework from? Let me see.
oh yeah, I homework there, the only boat and the sea and the stone.
Hold on. Okay, let me close a few of them things.
That looking deadly. The mountains, yeah.
Those are the
The what?
The mountains looking deadly, yeah. And the night sky.
That's yours, man.
Shut up, Adrian. Shut up, Adrian.
Whose one is that one?
My own way.
Hold on, I can't see you talking right now. I'm watching this screen.
Danny,
Is that-
Danny.
Danny. All right. All right. You.
on bad and they in order, they did a while.
Yeah. They well named. I like that. You have a few. All those was intentional. All of those
In ship,
layers there. Or that's just loose layers that get away from you.
How I suspect
that's
that
intentional. That's intentional.
Okay, all right. I just making sure. Okay, all right. Nice, man. Yeah. That's a nice one. So let me ask you a question. I was looking at that and I was trying to interpret it. What exactly is it supposed to be?
I don't know. I'll put a jetty going outside in the sea.
Jetty. I say it's a jetty, you know. But it was looking like the train tracks thing was looking like,
Like
on the
a
top of a roller coaster.
railroad.
A railroad going into the distance. But
Yeah.
anyway, I like it, man. It get the point.
I like that, bro. You man, I looking sick.
Yeah, looking better.
And all of your layers are maintained. In fact, they're looking at well, we can see it's a clear jetty because I put a man on a boat there. You check and the sea. So yeah. All right.
It's looking like it have a man at the end of the jetty.
Yeah, well, it's a man that is.
Yeah, man. And on the end
long
of the jetty, there's always see them birds. It's not parrot, but
How long that take to
Them
make?
ships is hard, yeah. That's them ships is hard.
yeah. Oh well, remember you can create your own shapes, you check. So right now,
Yeah, no, I know
I want you
that.
to refine that and give me something proper. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is a nice one. You can tell the person that did that. Who that did that one?
Yeah, do it, Chan Matthew.
All right, yeah. We can tell you have a little creative edge. I like what you do with the glass, the little lines, all of that adding to it. My issue is you send me a PNG.
Wait, so how you sending the how you saving the file to Photoshop file?
How you
Just
save
save it.
Just save. Okay, so how you do? You export and you do quick export as PNG.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what you do, go save or save as in that case, right? And you would get save as type Photoshop, that is your default. You would save it as a Photoshop document. You would save as a PSD.
Oh, okay,
Right.
sir. Well, I'll email you the right thing tonight.
No problem. Now, if you only save it as the PNG, right? You export it as PNG and you didn't save it otherwise, you're not going to have the PSD to send me, right? So you have to do it over. But Photoshop should automatically ask if you want to save it as a PSD if it has not been saved with layers before you exit. So
Oh, yeah, man, sir, I have it, man.
all right, cool.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just run through them there.
I was trying and put a shadow of the moon on the sea.
A shadow
Well,
of the moon on the sea.
Yeah. But not the difficulties.
Let me see if I can help you with that real quick.
But the moon cannot have a shadow because it have a sun.
Well, he don't mean a shadow. What he means is a reflection, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
sure, but yeah, a reflection.
I understand
Just turn
that.
down the opacity.
Yeah.
I just sent my own for you.
No problem. I'm gonna check it out in a bit.
I just email it so you can open it.
Voila.
And let me show you it on water. We're not seeing your water right now, but I'm going to give it a little. If it was actually on water. So again, GK, let me just show you that. So one of the things you might want to
I
do
know
is
it's my name you going and calling me. Why is Mr. Singh?
going on. All right, for everybody, I apply a filter, right? I apply a ripple. We have the option to rasterize it, which is a valid option, and that will work if we know.
Rasterize that.
But I'm gonna convert it to a smart object because things might happen. I might need to come back and edit. Anyway. But I sure you get my point. So it's up to you. Rasterize if you want, man. You check.
Yeah.
At least I let you know.
Rasta.
Hold on. Let me see.
Pull up the rasterize gang.
Rasta, man.
Anyway, okay. Let's just run that simply. Yeah, if the moon was on water, it would have a little ripple. Yeah. Not looking like it.
Simple as that now. Yeah, man. No, that's why
Yeah.
I want it for sure.
That's
Something
what
like
we
that I
want.
want it for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So when you refine it, when you do your refined version, you will show me your moon on it as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You think you could pull up mine?
Let me see. Let me see.
That is mine.
What's your name?
Chaldan.
Child. Let me see. CHAR.
The email would say Sawan Benjamin.
What would say?
Sawan Benjamin.
Sawan Benjamin.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, while you're at it, just download mine one time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get a bunch of meals every day, so coming. All right. Talk to me now. That's the one you were trying to put the apples on the
Yeah.
Okay, and what was happening now?
They were going at the back of the tree.
Okay.
But then I had to pull it up above the I have to pull up the layers above so I could get them.
So you understand what to do now, right?
Yeah. Now the white part you see in the center.
Yeah.
I wanted to change it to like a reflection of the sky to be the sea.
Uh-huh.
Because remember the sea is always clear, but it will take the reflection of whatever color the sky is at the time.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing is, the white is the main layer. That's why I name
White
it
is the
sea.
background. Okay. All right. So that. Let's forget about the main layer. If it wasn't there, how would you do that?
I would have to add an next rectangle.
Just put an extra rectangle.
But then, because I wasn't sure, I didn't want to put a rectangle and go above everything.
Okay, well, even if the placement of the rectangle would be determined on what layer you have selected right now. So notice I had the C selected, so it go right above the C, right? If let's say, so your layers always build one on top of the other. So your very last layer on top is the palm tree right there, right? If that's the last layer that I put down, and I try to go and I put on the background now, right? Or that other layer, what's going to happen is it's going to go above everything else on top of that layer. You realize that?
That's what I was afraid of happening.
Okay, now it's not a matter of being afraid of it happening. You can tackle that in a few different ways, right?
Yeah.
The easy way is you could, on the layers palette, click and drag it all the way down. Drag it all the way down, and now when you're dropping it, you have to be careful. Notice you have a little blue line showing you where it's going to drop. You want to drop within your layers palette, and right now I just drop it behind everything else.
All right.
And let's change the color to same color as the sky.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit darker. Yeah, so that's it. Now, that's one way. You could have just drawn a rectangle. But let me not dismiss your initial layer, which is not a vector layer, by the way, but that was your background layer at first. And then you double click on it, it changed to layer one, and you rename it to C, right?
Yes, that's what happened.
Right. So just like I mentioned at the beginning of the class, you could...
Because I actually go and I click the padlock that was there.
Right. So you remove you unlock the background layer to modify it.
Yes.
I don't typically do that, but what you could have done at that point is go edit, fill, and fill it with color. But it would not be a shape, and it would not be a vector layer. It would just be a bitmap layer filled with color.
All right.
All right. So a rectangle would then give you a vector layer that would be the equivalent of that you could then apply and make your edits to.
Okay.
Cool. Any other questions on that one?
Now, because I didn't have all the shapes like you have, I use a flower to make the clouds.
Okay, all right. So a flower to make the clouds. Let me show you an easy way to make clouds, right? If you do have all of the shapes that I have. So if you start with a circle. Sorry, let me just zoom out a little bit. All right. So one circle, right?
Yeah.
Now I switch to the move tool. Sorry, I wanted white. So and I don't want any stroke. So no stroke.
I have a feeling he don't want Rasta rest. Or he gonna Rasta.
No, I don't got Rasta.
Rasterize. You know this scene already, my G.
Rasta, you're not going to Rasta.
All right, so look,
Rasta.
right? One circle and I have the move tool. Now I'm just gonna hold on Alt and imagine the way I want my puffy cloud to be.
Sorcery.
There you go, 5 circles.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I mean you can tweak it as you want. You can add more. You can use less. You can put your spaces and you can create whatever shapes in the cloud you want to see. But I mean, pretty much that's it, right?
Yeah.
So you can use your basic shapes and get real complex. Let me show you what else you can do. All right. In Illustrator, we use the Pathfinder. Photoshop doesn't have any such tool, but hold on.
Internet running no man.
Huh? No, my Photoshop that's running a little slow. Everything else I'm running.
I suspect you won't be able to open my file. My file huge, bro.
Your file big? No, man, I will open it. Okay, so let me do this. When you creating your layers, right? You can combine them in different ways. So let me start from one more circle here, right? And so usually each time you drag and create a circle with that tool, you create a new layer, right? I have this option here, which will allow me to combine the shapes. So if I have combined, I can draw multiple shapes and they'll all be part of the same layer. They'll be combined into one layer, right? I can also subtract front shape, right? And draw a shape and actually subtract it from the entire group of layers, yeah? So your layers can actually get really complex and with the direct and path selection tool. With the direct selection and path selection tool, you can come and, why is it working so slow? It's because I have all of your work open at the same time, that's why.
Trust me, mine big way.
Yeah, well, I know all them shapes. But anyway, you get the idea. And we can move the individual pieces about with the direct selection, right, tool and manipulate it in different ways.
All right, nice.
Right, so we can subtract from, we can add, we can intersect, we can exclude. Okay, and those settings we'll look at more in the next class when we do our selection tools. All right, but you can use them as well with the path tool. So play around with that as you go along.
My brother, my homework now.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
it's coming. Let me close some of the others. Let me close them.
Yeah, and I just send mine for you, so check it out.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That boat one there was nice. I can see the person really take their time here.
Yeah. All right, let's see. GK, you send me JPEG.
I sent disregard the first email.
Oh, okay, you send another one. Okay, all right.
Check mine too then also, as you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just check for TJC Creative for mine.
Just check for what?
TJC Creative.
All right.
Yeah.
That is the t-shirt mock-up. And Scott said.
Right.
Right. Huh. Okay,
down, down.
767.
You can do that?
We call that what we calling that?
IGK?
Let's call that.
Yo, hold up. Wait, that's the restaurant. That's the restaurant gang. That's the restaurant
Nothing but
gang.
IGK after all, man, brother.
That's the restaurant gang, all right? Let's leave that so.
Boy, you mad.
Restaurant gang, right?
You get embarrassed. Don't do that.
Go easy.
I'm checking them, my brother. It's not no worry.
Okay, it works. One question. I not use a brush for that tree.
No, I didn't use a brush for that.
Not a brush.
No.
Big tree. Okay. Oh, you
So graphic and looking like
the shape.
Alvis, right?
Where you get that tree? That from the internet, the shape? GK.
Yeah, a shape from the internet, custom shapes.
Okay, I have one issue with it. Now that tree was made from the shape. It was made from a bitmap image.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right, that was auto trace. So you see the quality of it. Look at the edges. Look at how they have disjointed pieces. Now it works for your night scene because you never get a crisp, clear image. But as it compares to the other shapes in it, you see how the edge you're losing quality on the big one as opposed to the others, right? So
yeah.
You do have some shapes that are higher quality than others online. So you want to pay attention to that when you looking for your inputs. All right.
Sure.
But yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, I like it. The moon, yeah.
Straight from my own king.
Nice. The moon is mask. It's a mask. Nice. Okay. All right. Interesting.
Yeah, it's the stars that kill me, yeah.
You do all of that by hand?
Well, like I did like a first 70 something, and then I had to.
What? That? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, man. I did like a first
that is attention to detail, right? So that's good.
That's who I am, man. Trust me. Anything I do,
precision.
Like so, what I did like a first 70 something, and then I had to crush it and flatten it, and then like just duplicate it and check the size.
You could have just changed it to a smart object. Change that first 70 something to a smart object and then duplicate it. But anyway, that's cool. You see. Here's where the difference is coming, right? Somebody was saying something? Okay.
Oh yeah, I have. If you realize, I have little highlights and stuff like that, so you can just bypass them.
Yeah, I see that. So, hold on. Let's just say, right, for argument's sake, your client was from a particular star system, right, that they wanted highlighted on here. Do you think it would be easier to change the color of an individual star here if it was still a shape as opposed to a rasterized file? Rasterized document?
I understand what you're saying, yeah. Well, okay, I don't know how to answer because personally on my skill level it will be easy for me. But
it will be easy for you, okay.
Yeah, but in terms of you teaching, I can understand what you're trying to say. So it will be obviously easy.
It would be easy. I mean, it's as simple as a paintbrush, right?
Right.
But we're talking about and maintaining the
quality
and quality. In the next class, we're going to have a long discussion about destructive and non-destructive editing, right? And I see you using masks there a bit, so that will that is part of the topic actually, right? We won't be touching masks just yet, but you guys can actually look into it, destructive and non-destructive editing, all right, or image editing.
I like
but
this.
I really like that. I like the attention to detail. It looks good. Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yeah, it does. All right. Okay, then we have Scott's head Dominican. Nice. Nice. Wait, who did that again?
Tyron.
All right, Tyron. You live in Scott's head, man? You live in Scott's head,
No,
man?
I live in Scott's head.
No, I have to big up my partner on that one, eh?
Yeah, I like it, man.
That was nice. No lie.
It's a pretty good recreation of that, of the little peninsula. What they call it? Peninsula, the gondola.
The peninsula, yeah.
Yeah, right.
That would have a fish in its mouth, man, though.
You looking so eh?
Nice. It's simple, straight to the point, but the elements well defined. Let me see your layers. Right. Nice. All vectors. Oh, nice. I'm happy I see that. As a matter of fact, let me just. Yeah. You know.
It's all right.
Oh, sorry, I put something.
Roger.
Yeah.
The color of the sea and the sky, see how it's changing? Or you do that in a ghost?
I use for
it's
those
and
two shapes.
And
that is a shape. The gradient is a shape. The faded colors is a shape that there.
So what he asking is the sky, you have two colors on it right now. He wants to know how you got the two colors on it. You want to walk through it, or you want me to explain it?
I use a gradient map.
Use a gradient map or a gradient?
A gradient, sorry.
Basically.
Right.
Yeah. You mean that's two different things? Gradient map.
Yeah, gradient and gradient map is two different things.
So, well, they're almost the same thing. The gradient is basically just how
it's just two different rules.
Yeah, basically how you apply it, basically, right? But from the shapes, you have the option for no fill, for a flat color fill. You also have gradient fill here, right? Where you can apply a gradient, and a gradient will allow you to put multiple colors.
Yeah.
Right? And then you also have the option for a pattern fill. And a pattern will allow you to put in like a pattern for like a texture. Patterns are also add-ons that you can build on. You can create your own, you can add more to Photoshop. But what he did, rather than using a solid color fill, he used the gradients with the appropriate color to get it. Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so play around with that. And then I see you also sent me a TJC.
Well, when I design, I normally like to see how my design look on everything.
On something.
mug,
Okay.
t-shirt, you know.
All
So,
right,
yeah.
nice. So that is, guys, that is an example of a mock-up. All right. A mock-up is basically a preview of what a finished product would look like with a digital design, a digital graphic on it. All right. And yeah. So I can see with that you use, I believe, is it a gradient map or mask to get the effects on the wrinkles on the template? I think it's a gradient.
No, well, it actually comes like that. I just
You download the
put
template, yeah. But I mean, what I
yeah.
think they use is either a gradient map or mask. Again, we need the layers to see. But
Right.
yeah, that's a pretty good representation of what a mock-up would look like.
All right.
All right, guys. Any questions on anything we've done today? Anybody else want me to look at their homework specifically?
Yeah, maybe.
Let me see what's it is.
Yeah, also, I'm not sure if you got mine.
Let's see. I have a Russell here, Milky Way.
And being a lot as if I don't see mine now.
Shaim Duran, mine is my name as well. An email thing.
Can we not do that?
Hello.
No, that's not mine, Jordan.
It's mine.
All right. Let's see what else. Okay. Which other one? Who else haven't seen their one?
I'm not sure if
I send it for you. I don't know if I send it to the right email.
Preview there. That's too large. I have 150 megabytes. Oh no, sorry, that's not audio. That's another one. Sorry.
The homework on it.
Huh?
Actually, I sent two. One didn't write homework. The next one I write homework just for you to make sure.
Okay, well done.
I send it to name homework too.
Hello.
Okay, so let's look at that one. That one is Sawan Benjamin? No.
Oh, Shaim.
Shy. Yeah. Okay. All right. This one is nice. That was all Photoshop shapes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them.
Nice. Okay. Pretty cool. Your sky pretty dominant though.